There's a global concern about the state of our fish stocks and the impact that fishing's having on our marine environment. Conservationists fear that some species like cod are in danger of being fished to extinction.
80% of European fish stocks are overfished, and a lot of these fish being caught are immature fish. In the North Sea, for instance, around 93% of the cod caught there are undersized.
And how can consumers be sure that what they're buying is caught in a sustainable way?
Well, consumers are faced with a tricky decision. Some fish stocks could be fished sustainably in some parts of the world, and they could be overfished in other regions, so it's often not a black and white decision. What WWF encourage consumers to do is to look for the Marine Stewardship Council logo. This means that the fish comes from a well-managed and sustainable fishery, and it hasn't contributed to the environmental problem of overfishing.
Nowadays, sustainability is such a key issue, and I think that it's very important that restaurants are working with fisheries that are responsibly managed and well fished, and I think that sort of feeds down to consumers. Yeah, baby.
People get on the back of certain sort of media bandwagons. Nobody eats cod, they should all eat pollock, so pollock is now sort of being overfished. What we need to do is have a greater understanding of sustainable fishing.
To help consumers make the right choice, the Marine Conservation Society has put together their own guide to eco-friendly fish.
Now, a lot of fish that is available for us to buy doesn't have an MSC certificate, so how do we know that what we're buying has been caught in a sustainable way? Well, Sam is here to give us a bit of an eco-friendly guide. So, Sam, where do we start?
Firstly, when you're buying seafood, it's important to try and remember 3 questions. What species is it? Where is it caught? And how is it caught? If you can get answers to those 3 questions, you can tell whether it's from a sustainable source.
OK, well, bearing those questions in mind, let's have a look at what we've got here on the tray, because some of this is fantastic fish here.
We've got some really nice examples of sustainable seafood here. This is a mackerel. People will be very familiar with this. This is hand line caught, very old-fashioned sustainable method of fishing, and it makes that a good alternative to tuna.
Right.
We've got pouting here. This is a very underutilised fish, always used to be thrown away by the fishermen because they couldn't sell it at the market. But it's a great alternative to cod. There's loads of it about, so keep an eye out for that at the supermarket. Another alternative to cod and other white fishes is gurnard. Underutilised again, mainly because it looks so strange.
It does,
people don't know what to do with it. But once you take off the head, you've got a really nice fillet of meaty fish down there.
And what about this spider crab?
Well, this is a great example of a species on the MCS fish to eat list, but these are becoming more and more common, particularly in the southwest and around South Wales. And these are pot caught, so it means that anything that's undersized or is not the target species can be put back alive, so it's a very sustainable method of fishing.
Are there any other species that we should be wary of?
Yeah, there's quite a few species that are on the fish to avoid list. A few examples would be tiger prawns. A lot of people buy tiger prawns in the supermarket. They're farmed in an unsustainable way, unfortunately. So we would advise that you maybe choose the cold water prawns instead.
Hello, mate. How's your sea bass caught?
It was line caught, and it was caught last night locally.
Oh, lovely. Can I take those 4 steaks?
Yeah, certainly.
Brilliant.